All right, welcome back to another live stream, guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. We're just oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I think I'm live now. Okay, perfect. Welcome back to another live stream, guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. This is Shadow Combine. Uh, let me see. Just want to make sure that I am live streaming. Let's see. Please tell me that I am live streaming. Oh, there you go. We have Eclipser. We have Esther 5. Oh, God. Hold on. Hey, Shortcakes. Welcome. Sorry, I'm just trying to inform my Discord before we move on. Let's see. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm trying to send this information out. Oof. Yeah, no, me too. I had a rough week myself. In fact, I'm trying to keep my spirits up, honestly. But no, we're just talking. Honestly, it's nothing crazy today. We're just hanging out. But yeah, you know, today itself has been pretty much of a hard day. Hey Scott, welcome. Glad everybody's here. My brother's coming to visit for spring break. Oh, that's good. That's nice. Clips. We have online dating with him after 3 days of dating. Oof. Hey myself, welcome. All right. So now that we have everybody here, how's everybody doing? We're all doing okay. We're all hanging in there. We're all alive, we're breathing. Things have been kind of a little bit rough around the edges for me, but you know, I'm alive. I'm surviving. Hold on, let me get rid of these things. Oops. Yeah, I feel that, Scout. I really do. You know, it's one of those days, at least for me, that you know, life really challenges you. You know, like you kind of wish things could get better, but every time you expect something to get better, life kind of throws more and more curveballs at you, and it's like, you know, how are you ever gonna get out of this? And I'm a person that just never gets a break. He kept making me feel mixed emotions because he needed constant validation. Yeah, that's actually a lot of the things that I've always spoke to people about is that before you get into a relationship, you gotta learn to love yourself. Because if not, the idea is that you might end up sort of smothering and seeking validation for other people. But the problem is that, as I've always said, there's nobody in this world that can ever love you enough for you to love yourself. And sometimes we all forget that, and we use that excuse as maybe if you think to yourself, maybe if I find a partner, my world would just be flipped upside down and I'll be happy and things would just work out. It's like, no. You're going to be in a relationship, but you still have all these problems. You may not feel it in the moment of you being happy, but you're still gonna feel like life kind of sucks in some type of way. You know? Hey, Smart Creator Hannah's Sanctuary. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Well, yeah, because it's like you can't cling on to people in hopes that they're gonna fix all your problems. You know, like I'm sure we've all been on the other side too. You know, where you know life has beaten us so much, and then we get into a relationship thinking that it's gonna be the answer that we need, and then we realize we're too clingy, we're too this, we're too that, and then it turns out we didn't really escape our problems. You know. Exactly, because Like I say, the only person in this world that the love really matters is not your mom, it's not your dad, it's not anybody that can love you. It's just you. You gotta love yourself, and if not, you'll lose yourself. Because there's nobody in this world that's meant for that job. All love in this world is supportive. The only love that is a primary is yours to yourself. It has, you have to work for yourself. If not, it's just not gonna work. I thought being friends with him would be fine, and it was alright at first until he became too clingy. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't. It's how it is, You're not responsible for anybody's feelings. Now, mind you, sometimes it's nice to be in a relationship where both parties work and help each other out, but not if it's always negative all the time, like all of the time. Like me and my buddy, we have like silly, sad moments together where we help each other out, but we don't make our times of desperations and sadness the primary function, because then that creates a more of a pact type of relationship where we only come together during hard times, and it's like we wouldn't be able to function without problems in our life, and that's not a healthy way to go about life. I right now I'm kind of taking a break from games, so I really haven't had the time to talk to the bottom boys. That's why I haven't been playing games as of recently. I've only been creating content for ASMR and things like that, but nothing else really. I'm kind of trying to like fix up my life, but like I said, right now it's one of those times where I'm just like I'm having a hard experience right now. Like life is throwing me a lot of curveballs, but I know me, and I know I'm gonna make it through this. Hey, BB Bunny. Yeah, it's a tough time. I feel like it's been a tough time for a lot of people. Like everywhere I look, everybody's like, it's a low energy time. Everybody's like, it's the air is very thick. It's hard to breathe. You made me feel depressed, and I wasn't able to eat properly for 5 days into it. Yeah, certain people can push through with that, but a relationship has to be not only hard times but good times. Like needs fluctuations. It needs like sort of a mediation between By the way, how'd you guys feel about that video that I made? Not the last one, but the other last one here. I'll tell you what it's called. Because I was like, I wanted to create something that sort of inspires people to go outside more, feel more in tune with themselves rather than following the controversies and craziness that the social media brings. It's called The Real Truth of Today's Conflict. That's the video that I made. And I had a good time making that video, and it sort of talks about all the different things that have come up, like the fights with racism, the wars, the rights versus left, all the different things that the social media tries to shine in our face every 5 seconds. Because if you ever doom scroll, it's either religious versus LGBTQ, then you have the pro-life versus pro-choice, you have the racisms, war going on, and it's funny. I made a video talking about how the social media is trying so hard to get everybody to be so angry at each other, and it's like sort of creating this social divide between people. Like I feel like the way that the algorithm has been laid out is to get people afraid of the world and what's going on. It's like we're almost being ruled by fear, because if you walk outside, guys, the world is like a very beautiful place. Like, and not everybody's fighting each other, but social media depicts this place, the world as a scary place, and it's almost like it's getting you sort of drawn into it, right? You know, it's kind of like it's trying to influence you to stay inside, stay separated from people, and it creates this divide where it's invoking us to be afraid of each other, but also be angry at each other. And it's like we're being manipulated to stay angry, because the algorithm is not talking about the channels that are trying to speak on behalf of peace. Like, it's almost like those channels are being silenced and thrown in the background. Like, they don't want people to find the solution to these problems. They're like, no. Let's try to create more hate for each other. You know. But yeah, I mean, the world is not as scary as the social media depicts. It's like using the heightened format, because obviously there are horrible things happening out there, but there are also beautiful and great things too. And if we continue to divide ourselves, then that world will become a reality. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a homebody myself, but I realize that the internet kind of makes the world out to be scary when it isn't. You know, it's beautiful as it is scary. Like, it's two things. And it's the balance that we need in our lives, because, you know, yeah. I mean, have you guys actually had the chance to look at it? If you want, I'll play it here, but I don't want to be wasting people's times. Oh yeah, I saw it, Maddie. I'm so sorry. I thought I made a comment on it, but I did save it. It's in my gallery, and I loved it so much. Thank you. I really did appreciate it. I'm sorry if I didn't leave a comment. I thought I did for a moment, but I've been so busy this whole entire week. Yeah, no, that's what I imagined. But I did save it. It was the Femboy Combine fan art. I loved it so much. Thank you. But yeah, how did you guys feel if you guys did watch the video? You know, like, I want some feedback. Was I offensive towards a specific topic, or do you guys think that I handled that topic really well? Because I mean, the last thing I want to do is be offensive towards a thing. The whole point was that I was referencing all the political stuff, the fights, the religious views, the concepts, everything that's being interpreted as a fight to sort of like bring our attention to the real enemy, and that's the algorithm. That's the internet that's trying to get us to hate each other so hard. Okay, I'm glad. I just want to make sure that I didn't say anything that might have been wrong. You know, like, here's the thing. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about fighting. I don't talk about the things that are happening in my channel. But I'm doing it for the reasons that we can maybe solve a problem and sort of, instead of trying to say who's right or wrong, but more so as how can we find peace together. You know. Yeah. And, oh my God! Happy birthday! Oh shit! I'm so sorry I missed it, but I hope you had a wonderful happy birthday, honestly. And hey, Carol, welcome. Just talking about a recent video that I made. How did you guys also feel about the last video I made too? Because I thought that was such a beautiful thing. It's Ace and my best friend stops you from embarrassing yourself with your ex. And I made that one because, guys, you have no idea how many times I had to be the voice of reason to many of my friends, where they wanted to have like the little revenge glow up where they say, oh look, I'm better off without you and all these things. And I'm like, that's not solving a problem. It's like you're putting yourself in front of them just to prove that you're moved on when you know you're doing all this stuff just to prove that. But in reality, it's like it's all you can think about, and you're still seeking their validation. I was like, I have done that so many times for people, and it's like people don't get it. It's like, you're not gonna prove that you moved on by literally doing everything in your power to make yourself look good for someone else. Because that's the thing. You're like, you're trying to get a little side eye. You're trying to get like a little feelings of regret as to how they treated you, and I get it. The ex, people go through horrible situations with ex, and they want so badly to get a form of clarity, maybe a chance to go back, but you can't go back. You can't, and getting revenge in that way just makes yourself look desperate and needing for their validation and acceptance. It's like you if you're gonna change, if you're gonna try to make yourself look good and all this, it has to come from within. You got to do it for yourself. You don't need their validation. You can live your life without their validation. And so that's what I loved about that video, and I hoped it sort of reached to some of you who are dealing with an ex situation that you kind of wish you can get clarity on the situation on. But yeah. No, what do you mean, sir, chat? I had that recently. Yeah. Wait. Are you referring to me, Eclipso? It's funny. I shortcakes. I actually collect stones like that. As a spiritual as a spiritualist. I mean, I'm agnostic, but I do sort of conform to some spirituality type of stuff where I meditate and I use stones. I even know what each of them mean. I actually have a good time with those stones. Like I have like my own personal collection and everything. Yeah. We try so hard to prove to people that we're better, but you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to validate your experience to anybody. If you feel like you're in a good place, you're in a good place. Yeah, exactly. Today's like a very low energy for me, so it's like I need to stay positive. I do understand the law of attraction as well. It's understanding how the world and universe works around you. You sound like a little. I will be back. I have to see me as Peter Pan. My dad has a green adventuring grip. Oh, that's nice. Combine and listen to Sleepy Fish. It's my art. I'll give it a look later. Hey, oh, wait, Carol made a friend. Ugh. Carol, you're not allowed to have friends. I'm sorry. Everybody, put a P in the chat for Carol because she. Just kidding. My brain's not functioning right now. Oh no! If you're talking about this song in the background, I'm just playing whatever. I'm friends with one of my exes who I had a poly relationship. The other one cheated on me twice, and now for reasons hate me, but wants my other back. See, and forgive me what I'm about to say, Calypso. But see, that's where it gets confusing, because how can you be in a polyamorous relationship and then consider a situation to be cheating? That's so weird and difficult, because it's like you're not keeping track of one person, you're keeping track of two or three or whatever. And it's like I, I wouldn't be able to do that because it's like where do you draw the line? Where do you say, oh well, is this considered cheating, or is this considered cheating, or is it, because you have all these different rules. I feel like, I mean, mind you, I'm a very traditional person. I could be wrong about these things, but I'm so used to just being one person, like two people committed to each other, and that's it, you know. But I'm like thinking, how in poly it's like, wait, there's cheating in poly. Because I'm like thinking, where are easier? I think don't need rules really. Exactly, like I don't know where the rules would tie in and how it would be considered cheating. It's like, wait, you're cheating on me with another person that's not within our group. Wait, what? I'm I'm like trying so hard to, and mind you, I could be so fucking wrong with what I'm saying. Like like for me, I'm old fashioned. I was raised to just be interested in one person. And mind you, I'm not saying that anybody here who here is wrong, or we all have our own views, but I'm just like, I'm not used to the polyamorous type of relationships. My brain doesn't function with that concept. Can be so sorry. It's just that like there's something blocking the message. I'm trying to like read it. Oh, strict on what's classed as cheating. Wait, what's mono? Is it the traditional type of relationship where it's just two people? Because I mean, mind you, it's strict because it follows a very strict code. You are on in that mindset. You're only reserved for each other. And while some may think it's strict, I love that concept because it's like, it's yeah, yeah. So okay. So you do mean traditional, yeah. So that's exactly what I mean. It's like I like that style because there's a lot more room for love because it's very intimate. See, if it's in a group, it's more like friends with benefits. It's not like you're strictly honing yourself to one another. And that's why betrayal comes so easily in it, because it's just for those two. It's not like you're thinking about like hanging out. You're strictly in this emotional spectrum of love where it's just two people and you have all this important love for each other. I mean, mind you, I could be very wrong as to how polyamorous, because I've never experienced it. You're probably right, but I don't see. Mind you, that's where the perception comes in. I don't see it because I'm not used to it. I've never been in a situation where I can be in a relationship with two people at the same time and then think to myself, well, do I love this person? Do I love this person? Am I just hanging out with that person? Do I feel more of a connection with this person? Yeah, it hurts more, but it's because it's more crucial and intimate. There's a lot of rules and stake into it because you're not just. It doesn't feel like you're hanging out with friends. That's why it hurts more, because it's like it's with you two, and it feels like it's so important. And then when you see like this person hanging out with someone else, you feel jealous. You feel scared that you might lose them. But that's the very thing that also thrills the love, is that you don't want to be betrayed, and you feel like when you have the right relationship, when you have the right traditional relationship, it feels right. It's like it's not a friend. It's someone that you feel kind of bound and tied to with. And while it could be harsh, it could also be like, it's both scary and beautiful. And that's what I love. For me, relationships need to have risks. If you don't have risks, then I feel like it just doesn't work, because then it just doesn't go anywhere. All risk and all reward is the type of lifestyle that I've understood. But yeah, yeah, that's how I've always seen things, really. Exactly. That's the best way to put it, Kuro. And that's actually my primary belief in life. Like, I know that yin and yang is not a belief structure of religion, it's just more so the rules of earth. But if I were to ever conform to any religious ideas, it would be primarily yin and yang, with a heavy aesthetic towards spirituality. Because that's how I see the world is balance. You need all the the difference in understanding as to between peace and chaos. The fear of losing someone also brings you closer. Without life, you can't have death. Without love, you can't have hate. And it gives you an understanding as to how important these moments are. I mean, if we were always happy, we wouldn't know how happy we can be, how beautiful these moments can be. Imagine if we were just always happy all the time, and everybody says, "Oh, we should always be happy." It's like, no, 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 no. We should have moments where it could be a little bit scary, could be a little bit sad, there's always a threat. And when you know that there's a threat out there in the world, you start to feel comforted when you have moments of peace. You know? Exactly, Kuro. And yeah, sure, case. That's the whole ideology that I love about yin and yang. It's like, that's here. Again, I don't mean to offend anybody who may be religious or anything, but this is just my fear. And I've always had this fear of heaven, of being in heaven, as well as being in hell, because too much of one thing just doesn't feel right. I think I would lose my mind in a place that is too perfect. I want to be in a place where I can be afraid of losing something, because that's what makes it so worthwhile to hold on to it, to nourish it, to love every moment of every second. If I know that I'm going to be okay for the rest of my existence, I don't know how I would feel about that. You know? I mean, if you want, you can take a moment, short cakes. We kind of talk about everything here. Yeah, like people think that being okay, I mean, being constantly in a state of happiness is a good thing. Like, no, that sounds fucking horrible to me, because then I wouldn't know what's okay. Like, I really wouldn't know. Like, I need to wonder if I could lose something in order for me to appreciate its value. Perfect example. You know, when you come across something rare, because you never find it anywhere else. It's a hard resource to find. If I could just make something appear within my grasp in 5 seconds, it wouldn't have any purpose. Like, what is a diamond worth if you can find it anywhere? But if it's hard to come by, if looking for the right diamond is super hard, it becomes so valuable. It becomes so precious. It is the rarity of what it is that it becomes so important. One day we're not going to have all these forests around us. We're not going to have the concept of the nature that we have in. So when you come across a beautiful view of a luscious and green forest, when you spend your whole life staring at the concrete jungles and walls, you start to realize how special nature can be when you have lost sight and glimpses of it. Yeah, no. See, that's what therapists kind of gets wrong. And I've understood different studies. I actually wanted to be a therapist myself. I actually do the studies and things like that, and I realized that the pursuit of eternal happiness is so flawed, because it's like it's important to realize how scary it is to lose something, to realize how important it is. It is a beautiful thing to have. It's kind of like nightmares and dreams. You know, if we never had a nightmare a single day in our life, we wouldn't know what's important to us. We wouldn't know what our mind is trying to tell us. You know, like dying, the fear of death itself is such a funny, flawed concept itself, because it's like, hey, Weasel, welcome. Yeah, like, if I know I would lose my fucking mind if I literally found the pursuit of true happiness and I was happy every day. I'm like, where does the sad part come in? Where does this fear of losing it all come in? You know? It's so beautiful when you come to realize how scary life is. Because we can die tomorrow. We can die the next day. We can die within 5 seconds from now. And we wouldn't know. You know, we wouldn't know how much time we have in this world. So we should treat every moment like it's something special. It's something beautiful. Like, then go, Shortcakes. I'm not gonna keep you here. I'm not trying to hold you ransom. I'm sorry. It's just, this is what we talk about. Like, but hear me out. We all are living in the concept that we can die at any moment, but it's so beautiful knowing that we have this opportunity to live the life that we want to. We can choose this moment to pursue our goals, to pursue our dreams. You know, sometimes you say to yourself, "Oh, I'll start my projects tomorrow," and I'm like, that's why I can never be immortal. As much as I would love to pursue the idea that I would want to be immortal, I can't, because then I remove the time limit. Without the time limit, loses the constraints. Without the constraints comes the no longer need to finish any of my projects, any of the concepts that I want to, any of the goals that I need to in my life, because I'll be like, oh, I can just do it tomorrow. It's not like I'm gonna die anyways. I can never do that. I need to know that I can die one day. If not, I would just lose my fucking mind. Lose my fucking mind. My perfect ideology is if reincarnation. To me, reincarnation is the best bet, because I get to start over with a new mind, new belief, new understanding, new vision of the world. But again, exactly, you need to sort of mix it up. Sometimes it's okay to be afraid. Sometimes it's okay to be angry. It's balance. You need to be in accordance with your emotions, because that's what makes you human. If you cut out all the other emotions, you're a machine. Therapists don't understand that part. They live in a perfect world. It's about understanding the humanity of your nature. Why do you think we go into roller coasters? Because we're enjoying the fear of death. Because when you go on a roller coaster, you don't feel safe. No, you go in there to feel the fears of death, and you're going up and down. You're, oh my God, you know, you're going crazy right now. You're going crazy right now. You know, and that's the whole fun thing. Shortcakes. Look, I'm gonna be real. I this is just what I talk about. You know, I'm sorry. I just can't like censor that. You know, everybody has their own concept, and if you need, I'm sorry. I'm having a good time talking about this. If you want, you can come see me in the next live stream. I can't sort of stop everything that I'm doing for one person. This is a communities type of thing. Uh, if you want, I'll try to take a more light-hearted approach to it. I'll try to take a lighter heart if you want. I won't talk so much of the concept of death, but that's another thing. I feel like we're too removed from the concept of death. Like we're too desensitized. I feel like it's okay to be afraid of death, but to also love it too, because it's like, how do we, hold on, wait. Hold on, sorry, it's just too loud. Let me fix the volume a little. There you go. But yeah, no, it's like, sorry, I thought I saw something in my room. Okay, wait. Damn, my brain's not functioning right now. Okay, so I think it's okay. It's a beautiful thing to feel happy, knowing that we may not have it forever here, because it's like, I don't know. Imagine if everybody in the past had lived. Let's say nobody has ever died in the history of mankind. Like all the way down to World War II, all the way down to like further like concepts. The whole world will be so full of people, it'll be unbearable. We'll be making cities after cities after cities. We'll be dealing with overpopulation issues and shit like that. With death also, it's like we make every moment last between us, because we find our company so worthwhile, knowing that we're not going to always be here. And that's an okay thing, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, exactly, death is supposed to be hated. Well, no. Let me rearrange that for a second. Death is supposed to be feared, but it's a beautiful thing, because if we're strange to it, we fight everything within our power to avoid death. Obviously, death comes for all, but it's a normal thing. It's gonna happen to all of us. We don't know what's on the other side. For all we know, there could be heaven, there can be hell, there can be there can be beautiful things on the other side of the world. There could be reincarnation, there could be Buddhism, there can be like different realms in between. We can be in different worlds. I as a kid, I wanted so badly to be immortal. I feared the shit out of death. Like, I was scared of dying. And then I'm like realizing that's why it's so important, because then I would want to, make every moment count. If someone told you only have like 2 hours to play your favorite game that you've ever played, like it's gonna be shut down, you guys would jump on those servers and you would start playing the shit out of that game, knowing that this is the last time you're ever gonna play that game. You're gonna keep playing, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna talk to all your friends before it's done. The servers get shut down, and that's it. Like that's the final call. You start playing with your friends and everything. If someone, but then if you get told, well, the game is not going to shut down for 100 years, you're going to be like, well, there's a lot of time. I don't really want to get on right now. I don't really want to call up all my friends. But if someone told you only have 2 hours left to play your favorite game, of course you're going to be fucking on it until the last moment, because it is the fear of losing it that you want to be a part of that final experience. That's why they say, don't be sad that it's gone. Be happy that you're a part of it. I think that's the beautiful point, is that, don't be sad that it's gone. Be happy that you were there to experience the memories and the happiness. You know? So I'm happy. I'm happy that I can, and I'm so glad that I was talking about this because I came into this to this live stream very down and sad. Like you have no idea. I was very sad, and then like I started talking about this, and I'm like, why should I be upset? You know? I mean, I shouldn't be using this time to be upset. I should be using this time to be happy, to be with my family, to be with you guys, and know that I'm part of this beautiful world. And that's what the fear of death puts in me. It's like, hey, buddy, you don't got time to be sad. You don't got time. Sometimes it's okay to be sad, and I indulge myself in it. But then when it's time to shake it off and say, we're gonna be okay, then it's time to be okay. I knocked myself out of the groove. I feel like I've absolutely bored everybody. Yeah. I can't help it. Oh my god, I forgot to literally put up my own live stream. Ah, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Oh no, wait, I did. Why did I think I didn't do it? Combines. Oh, I'm glad. Combine, I have ADHD, so I get bored easily. Yeah, I honestly though, I also know that it's like TikTok brain. I feel like the entire industry has been infected with TikTok brain as well as shorts, and has created this sort of divide. Because I feel like ADHD is more common than it is now, than it was back then. No, I don't have a TikTok. Because it's like, yeah, because we've been so identified with shorts and TikToks because they're very short videos. So they need to cram as much information as possible in those 2 seconds. And we get so used to seeing videos going that quickly. And it's like we have grown to have shorter attention span. You know? That's what I call TikTok brain, is that we have been basically groomed to have shorter attention spans. Like we get bored really quickly. I mean, mind you, that's why I have these long ass live streams, so that we can sort of create a different divide where we can have normal conversations where we don't have to like wait to see the end, like, you know. I mean, I just can't cram all my ideas into a small thing. Well, I mean, that's what social media is doing. If you watched my video of, because I was talking about it earlier. If you watch my video on the topic of the real truth of today's conflict, that video, you'll see what I'm actually trying to say is that social media is trying to sort of influence us into a different type of perspective where we're afraid, where we're not as smart as we're supposed to. Oh, well, Carol, that's something different. Come on. See, I use old language because I wasn't trying to refer to that type of groom. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine, like, Jesus Christ. This is what gets people canceled too. I get what Weezel's saying. But no, it is in the same context because the internet does, the algorithm is really trying so hard to influence the civilian's mind, like we're all sheep and cattle, into this sort of brainwashing cycle to leave us feared and scared of going outside because they're trying to use this for pretty much a quick buck, or to influence a voting decision, or to influence a concept of ideology. Yeah, and we're all just so afraid right now. We're all so angry, but that's just what the internet has created us to believe. The world is actually beautiful out there. It's just you got to know where you're looking. It's just all this heightened propaganda that we're suffering, but everybody's suffering. We've all have suffered, but that doesn't mean that we should stop interacting with each other. Communication is important. I mean, yeah, I'll do it. I thought the whole point though was to give thanks and give love to it. I did save it, and I know it's about me being a fanboy. I, although pretty good art. I loved it. I had a good time, and it's saved into my gallery for the next fan art tribute. So for those of you who actually want to contribute to a new possible fan art for, let's say, the 30,000 subscriber fan art tribute, then I will happily collect and save it for those videos. I would know. No, I am not a femboy. I'm a bottom boy. I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut this live stream a little bit shorter today. Only because my brain isn't braining and I kind of need some relaxation time. But anyways, guys, I love you. Stay beautiful. Stay the best that you could be, and above all else, stay awesome. It is always a pleasure to have you guys here, and know that you guys do so much for me. And I'm honestly glad that I talked to you, because I came in here with very low spirits, but now I'm feeling much better. Uh, Honestly, I just go live. It's there should be a live stream button. You need to sort of fit all the concepts. It's probably you're gonna have to want to sort of follow the directions, because it's gonna give you like a troubleshoot as to why it's not working. Chances are is that you probably already submitted your information and the things that it needs. Is just that they're reviewing you right now. So, did you submit everything that you needed to do? All the requirements. It's just that they're having you on a 24-hour sort of, because that's what happened to me on Team Bottom Boys channel. But yeah. Anyways, guys, stay beautiful, stay the best you can be, and above all else, stay